Alright, and I am back. Thank you for joining me. I am ASMR Tycoon, and this is part 2 of 2 of building a zombie bunker that has a nice cabin disguise. Now this really wouldn't be a complete disguise, because as you can see, the cabin itself actually has furniture inside, and again, this is all digital, but if it was real, most likely someone wouldn't go through the expense of just putting everything fake here. They would most likely make an actual cabin that they would frequent, or at least keep up to date. So what we have here, just in case you didn't watch the original, I'm going to turn off the interior lines, is, apologies, is you have a nice cabin right here. It has a long slanted roof on one side, and slanted roof on the other. And as you noticed, I like to design them so that if it would rain, if rain had physics, that it would actually make sense. And in this case, it would run all the way off down to this side, down here, and on this side it would run off. Now the only thing that really bothers me is right here. The rainwater would fall down, and it might get trapped a little right here. But luckily this is open right here, so most likely it would just flow down, and then over and out, and then down here. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this one is I'm going to be building the basement levels. Now, of course, there's a few types of bunkers. There's ones like these, which is basically just a basement turned into a bunker, and these were popular during the Cold War. Now, one thing about these is that most of them were just a basement, meaning that the ceiling of the bunker was just a small thin layer of concrete, or even wood in some cases, and above that was the floor to the house. Now, I don't really like this, because not only would a direct impact affect this, but it also has the issue that, well, it's on the top floor, so you kind of want a nice little buffer level in between, just in case. And by buffer level, I just mean basically a level that is designed so that if you have any structural loss of structural integrity loss on the top, and this, say the cabin falls in, say, nuclear war and whatnot, and you get down in the bunker, but the cabin falls down, well, the cabin's going to fall on the ceiling. So it would be much better if you had this just kind of empty, or having basic supplies here, and actually living here. So if there was a catastrophic disaster, you'd have less chances of the structure on top of you falling on you and whatnot. That would probably cause you to have a pretty bad day. So let's go ahead and get started. Now again, this is being entered from up here. You have to go into the house, through the kitchen, into the freezer area, and into the secret panel wall right here, and which that leads to a small little closet, which you use a slider to get down here. Now once we get down here, we got to figure out what exactly we want this to be. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, I think one of the best things that I could do is I could go ahead and have the ladder part go all the way down and section it off. Actually, actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, new plan. There we go. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do with this is, yeah, we're beyond that. We're going to use metal now. Always good to use metal. And now we basically have access to the second level. Okay, you know what? If we can build this many levels, I'm going to make this strictly a buffer level. And what that means is it's going to be a very small level, and you're just going to crawl down through it. It's not going to have anything that's habitable. It's not going to have any useful equipment. It's just, its sole purpose is going to be just to climb down through it. Just to connect the start of the basement levels with the other two, or with the upper level. Okay. Now we have this. Let's go and get all this painted. Actually, let's get everything painted. Alright, and now, I'll show you what this kind of looks like. That's what it looks like. So, basically, this is the ground level right here. This is ground level. The top of this wall is hitting the ground. So, all of this space right here is just dirt. And you can actually pretend, I don't know, it's concrete reinforced or whatnot, but basically it provides this whole area right here, except that little part right there. This is 10 feet of dirt, or rock from what it looks like. And then, after that 10 feet, you can go down, and that's where the actual basement starts. So, this is it. Say you just climb down. You climb down right here into this small room, and we're going to go ahead and put a light in here. Nothing fancy, just a pull chain light. We're going to put the same in here. And now when we get down here, we're going to put the same right there. Now as for the ladder, we're going to make this its own little room. And for the doors, I actually have a personal favorite door for doing this. And actually, it's not just the door, it's a little bit more. What I do is this is a security door. I go ahead and change the materials of the front of the door. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this paint. I'm going to have some nice diamond treaded metal. There we go. And then on this, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. There we go. Now let's see how that looks in the light. Yeah. There we go. That's a nice door, big thick windows, nothing's getting through there. Now, we're going to make this room so that it's not exactly the most comfortable room. It's just kind of tiled floor. It is a bunker though, so, I mean, you're alive during a zombie apocalypse. You're one of the few that actually get to make it. Now, one thing that I like to add to these is something that could be referred to as either a control panel, contact panel, or something. So, what I use is the Thief Tech Gotcha burglar alarm, which basically, say you get down here, you'd have to enter the code on that. Now, another thing I like to do is I like to put these call boxes. In this, my dad actually designed a basement in one of the houses that he built, and he turned it into kind of a bunker type. And what he did is we had an intercom system, and we used the intercom system in the event that we would have to go down there, which thank God we didn't. What we would do is we would be able to push the intercoms and be able to communicate with any other room in the house. And it doubled as a nice intercom system because, say I was in my room and I wanted to talk to my little brother, I could just push a button, and instead of the whole house hearing, just him would hear. So that's kind of what I have this set up as, so that each one of these buttons rings a certain room, and the top two buttons would pretty much be the administrator, a security office, or a security desk. Now, getting to security, one thing that you want to assume, depending on, say you was actually going to build this, and say you were, you liked zombies and whatnot, then yeah, you can go ahead and build this under the assumption that, well, what if zombies find out how to get back there? What if the house is completely blown down and you're just left with this hole? Well, what you're going to want is you're going to want some type of isolation. You're going to want some type of control. Now, back in reality, in the Soviet era, where there was the Cold War scares, what people would do is they'd often put this type of, not buffer like I did up here, but they would put some type of lock-in so that they could lock themselves in and lock anyone else from getting into their bunker. This was kind of for two reasons. One, say that Russia actually did attack, and there was Russian troops on the ground. You wanted to be able to make sure to have some type of protection against those troops. So what you do is you have this nice little room right here that you control in and out. The second would be that of neighbors. You're going to have other neighbors that are unfortunate enough to either get caught and not exactly killed, or maybe they're not completely turned zombie. But wait, no, sorry, going back out of reality. No, you have neighbors that say a nuclear strike happened. You're going to have some that are less fortunate, and if they know that you have a bunker, then they're going to be coming down and trying to claw their way in. So doing this kind of prevents that from happening. What I'm adding here is two small window slits. I'm going to go ahead and make the exterior a nice metal. But anyways, it's a nice protection against anything outside. And it's a nice protection against anything outside, because if they did use nuclear weapons during the Cold War, then you would of course have the nuclear fallout. So you wanted something to, pretty much separate you from the air outside. Now a lot of bunkers, however, didn't completely do this correctly, and you were left with some bunkers that just had, they were sealed up. Some of these were prone, well not prone, but if you were to go inside of them and get trapped, there would be no, or go inside of them in a nuclear war, there would actually be no way to get out of them. But again, the Cold War did happen, but luckily nothing ever came of it. So let's get back to here. What we're doing now is I'm basically just, oh dear. Oh no, that's a mirror, that's why. I thought the game just broke. Alright, well that looks like a nice desk. Now see, the purpose of this is so that you can see who's in here. And we'll just assume those are big, thick windows. Alright. Now, the door is in the way. No, it's not. Alright, actually we're going to put the computer right here so that he can actually look over if he wants to out there. Alright, we're going to put a cell phone. There we go. And, oh yeah, that's right, we're going to need some call boxes. So, that'll be one of them. Actually, no, he's going to need that to use the door. That's the door operations box. So there's going to be a call box, and we can put that. Oops. Right there. There we go. So say someone comes in and rings the buzzer, he can just look at them and see who it is and ring them in. Or probably push another button and the entire place fills with lava or bees or something. I don't know. If you can't tell, it's often a mix between zombies and Evil Genius when I'm gaming, so that is another game that I do like, is Evil Genius. Very good game. I might actually play that for a few times on here. Alright, now we have the security office made, and we have the entry-exit lock. What we're going to do now is we're going to make the transition levels. Now with this, we'll be able to just use normal staircases. And let's see, we'll put a staircase here. And we'll put a staircase here. Now of course you're going to want to seal off these staircases. And you're also going to want to have a secondary system of going from level to level. So what we'll actually add is we'll remove this wall, or move this staircase over a little bit. There we go. And actually, let me just move this over once more, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to build this. Actually, I do. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. We can just move this back into place. Actually, no, that's not going to work. Okay, so we'll move this one right there, and we'll move this one back here. There we go. There, now it'll be accessible on all levels. Okay. Now again, since these are emergency access, we're just going to add some very simple lighting. Alright. There we go. Now, if you're wondering why I did that, it's so that just in case one of the levels is closed off, or you need to get from one level to another immediately, then you can use the ladders. Because with the stairs, these are sealed off, meaning that you can't exactly just hop in this staircase and go down all the way down. You just hop on this staircase, you have to go out here and come back in. Now say that zombies are trapped on this floor, but not this floor or this floor, then you can utilize the top floor and the bottom floor by utilizing the ladders, which go all the way up and all the way down, without having to enter or exit another doorway. Alright, well, what we have here is a nice little setup so far. You've got your buffer area and your entry and exit lock. You got your security desk, and now you have your stairways. Now I'm just going to add some lighting. Okay. Now what we're going to do on the first level is we need some equipment to help sustain long-term duration here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make first a maintenance room, and this is going to be up top. This should be able to do, and we'll make this into a little workshop. Alright, there we go. We'll have this maintenance room. Actually, we'll have this run through here, so that you have to go through one room to get to the maintenance room. we go. Now what I am going to do here, actually no I'm not, I'll just add everything in the maintenance room. Okay, first, we need to be able to exchange our, well first power. We need a few power boxes. Then, we need some type of air filtration system. Not only do we need it to draw or to circulate air, but we also need it to draw new air in, filter it, and then push old air out. And we'll do that with these units right here. And then we need some type of generator. So we'll use this air conditioner and we'll just pretend it's a generator. Now of course this has small problems of its own, such as you don't exactly want a generator in the same room as your air supply. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this room with the generator off. Now don't worry, we'll be able to do something with these fumes that are actually useful, and it won't require any additional power or even utilities to operate other than a simple airproof seal. What we're going to do is we're going to put a vent right here, and remember this is going to be toxic gas that is being given off, so we're going to put this all the way through, and then we're going to put the exit right here. So in the event that a human comes down into this room and we don't want them, we can simply turn a valve in here, and instead of all of this going up, it'll go through here and into this room, getting rid of any pesky intruders. Now of course you do want to be able to actually live and whatnot down here, so what we're going to do is, other than these few air conditioning units that we're going to put everywhere, we also need some type of system so that we push new air or old air out and pull new air in. Now as soon as I find it, I'll figure out what to do with it. Actually, I think I'm in the wrong section. I believe it's right here. Yes, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat just a little bit. This room right here is not going to be accessible, but what it is going to do is it's going to hold the exhaust. Vent. I'm sorry, I just kind of stopped at the word exhaust. This is going to have the exhaust vent, which is going to pump up through here, and we can just pretend that these are, actually we don't even have to pretend. What we can do is we can get some wooden planks. There we go. And we'll just assume that these aren't airtight, and that this isn't either. So this is old air being pumped out and new air being pumped in into these filtration units. Bada bing, bada boom, everything's done. Now of course, you've got your power boxes, you've got your air filtration units, you've got your generator here. Now, you need to make sure that you have enough fuel for your generator. So what we're going to do is we're going to stock up on these barrels. What do these barrels contain, you ask? We'll just assume gasoline. Now, I'm not sure why you would store gasoline in these type of barrels, so let's change this a little bit, shall we? Metals. There we go. Actually, I'm going to make the bands yellow. I don't know why. Now we're going to put some spare fuel here and here. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there's a large rack of these barrels somewhere in here, which would be quite useful because I don't believe I can stack the ones that I just put down. Now again, I'm not sure if they're in here, so let me look in sculptures. That's maybe where they are. I don't see them in here either. Well, I'll be able to find it. It's just taken me a little bit longer than usual. But once I get it, I'll be able to add ample enough. There we go. There we go. Now what we're going to do, which one did I click on? There we go. Oh no, I didn't even click on the right thing. Okay. There we go. Nice red color to the barrels. So we're going to add that nice yellow stripe, indicating that it's dangerous or something. And that should be it. Alright, well, we have most of our fuel stored. Oh yeah, that's what we need. We need some workbenches, just in case something breaks. If something does break, you're going to want to be able to fix it, you know. So, let's see if we can't find one of those nice big red toolboxes. I know it's somewhere in here. There, nope, no. But those will be useful. Well, I just don't seem to be having any luck finding things that I need today. Okay, well it looks like, that looks like it right there. And we're going to add some tools to the wall. Well, after we get rid of some of these. There we go. Now we have the first level designed, mostly. What we do need now is we need more storage. And this time, we're going to be storing water. So for that reason, we're going to make these white with a blue aqua band. There we go. That should be all the aqua we would ever need. So, there's the entryway and exitway to there. We don't need many lights. And I'll see if we can't add a pantry in here as well. There we go. Now we have room for our perishables, water, and anything else we might need, which will go in these shelves. So now we have a completely, fully stocked pantry. And here's the first level. Well, I believe now that I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to have to change these up. But this is the first level of the zombie defense cabin that's done. So to just go over it, we have the first two levels, then we have the buffer level, and the first level. Now we're going to be working on the second level and third level right after this. Thank you for watching.